porch, just an old friend and me. Drink a little coffee, read all the local news, talk a little gossip every now and then. Smell that ham cooking in the kitchen, a brand new sunrise in the sky. Sitting on a front porch, minding all your business. What a way to make the day go by.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, I think I'll sit down with you and talk a spell with you, if you don't mind. My name's Kenny Dean. Welcome to the front porch. And we were kind of back and forth about doing the show. I said I was, because the last thing I got from our buddy, EMA Director Jason Moran, winter storm advisory. No, winter storm warning, 1 to 2 inches of snow. Well, I got in touch with John, and he more or less said, well, you need to be there in the morning. I'm thinking, okay, well. And then I was going to get with Ryan, and then I looked at my phone. It said clear. Nothing's coming. And so I learned something yesterday. I look at this dead blame thing right here. I look at my weather, and it's showing, talking about snow coming in. I'm just looking at it. Like I know some of y'all got it over in the Dable area, and some other areas got a bunch of it. Snow on the beaches of Alabama? Are you kidding me? And then I looked at my phone, and it says 1 o'clock, 70% chance. And I know it's below freezing, so it's gonna be snow. So I'm looking at the window. I'm looking at, and 1 o'clock gets here, nothing. 2 o'clock, 60%, nothing. And then and then nothing happened. Now, realize when it says 60 to 70%, that's in like in Tallapoosa County or in this area. Ain't in my house. So I learned something, and I makes me want to drink some coffee this morning. Y'all join me. The brother James Cullins, I think he's under the weather. So y'all keep my buddy in your prayers. I know he'd appreciate it, and so I'm gonna do the thought for the day, and I've thought about it to do the thought for the day, but I've been holding on to this piece of paper right here, and I'm gonna use it. I hadn't really read over it, so y'all bear with me. But it's God's phone number. God's phone number. And let's just read it together. My mom told me when I was little that God's phone number was Jeremiah 33:3. Okay, it says this: call to me and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things which you know not. I just want to say it might be the time for you to stop talking to people about your problems and present your request to God. Cry out to him. Tell him what's in your heart. I agree with all this. Ask him to show you the way forward, the things you don't know. He's never failed you, and he's not about to start now. If you have faith in God, amen. You know what I say? Amen. As you thought for that, I'm gonna hold on to this because it's got it's got a picture of a rotary phone number. I know you can't really tell, but old phone number. So you folks from Clyde Country 97, I know you're not seeing this, and if you got a lot of age to you, you may remember an old phone like that. But if you're young, you don't know what I'm talking about. But no matter what your age is, I hope you got something out of that thought today, because when I was doing my prayers this morning, I always say, whoever's doing our thought today, that they'll touch many lives. And then I realized I was going to have to do it. So I said to the man upstairs, I said, I hope I touch many lives with a thought for the day. Folks, let me tell you something. Before we get into the weather and other things, I did get this from Jason last night. I told him unless there's just significant weather facts that we need to get out. I said, do not worry about calling in this morning. I know he's been running and gunning these last several days trying to keep up with all this. So let me just go with this one right here. The temperature this morning will be 15. You got that right. There will be ice in places. If you must travel, slow down and give yourself plenty of time to get where you're going. Never hurts to have a blanket and some food in your car just in case you get stranded. Everyone, please be safe, and thanks to the hard work preparing and responding to this event. And this one, he said, this is kind of an update on some of the roads. He said from Dadeville south, got a lot of snow. As a result, all county roads south of US 280 and east of Dudleyville Road are deemed impassable until further notice by county engineer. Please stay off roadways. Only emergency vehicles should travel these roads and bridges till further notice. I did here again, it's just hearsay, that the river bridge was iced, did have ice on it, so be safe there. I know the road crews have got sand out in some of these areas just to take a precaution, but it has been extremely cold. We'll still ask you to check on your neighbors. Maybe they live by themselves, or maybe they don't have family, so check on them. Of course, you folks with pets, I don't have to tell you anything. I know my buddy Tom Young. They got some stray cats, and he's fixing them up a little tent and warming it all up for them. And he said, I don't know if they go in there, but he's a pretty sharp guy. So he's going to put the food inside to lure them in there. So I hope those cats did all right. That Pam and Tom Young are like so many of you folks about your animals. You love them, and that warms my heart. If you love an animal like that, you'll love people too. I love talking about the weather. Let's see what we're just going to say. Let's say it's just. Let's say it's 18 degrees. That'll be close enough. Now, let me tell you something about guests. I know Ryan's trying to get things ready in there. Let me tell you about our guest today. We had some changes. And Miss Barbara Young, she's going to be in here a little after 7. Andy Tucker's going to be here about 6:30. So they're coming to my rescue this morning, and I sure do appreciate it. Now, the high today is going to be 41, but the sun's going to be shining, so that's going to be a good thing. Tonight, another cold night, mostly clear, and 20. So it's going to be cold. That's all we got coming right now. It's just cold, nothing else. And going into the weekend, it's going to warm up a good bit. Thursday, 45 and 25. Friday, 47 and 23. Now, Saturday, sunny, 53 degrees and 34. Now, we got a slight chance of rain on Sunday, 54 and 42. That increases to about 60% chance of rain starting the week off, 55 and 37. So there's your 5-day forecast. It's brought to you by the Yerke family, which is located on Cherokee Road for right now. I know I keep telling you that, but they will be moving this year. We'll let you know about that when they're ready. Go by and see them today. Salvation Army, we talked about warm coats. We've talked about sweaters. We've talked about jackets. So if you have them in your closet that you don't use, you're finding out the ones you use right now and the ones you don't use. The ones you don't use, pull them out of the closet, take them down to the Salvation Army because somebody is needing them today. Maybe a friend of yours.
I'm Jimmy Goree with Goree's Furniture. We would like to invite you to come shop our huge selection of furniture. But if you don't have time, we have over 2,000 items you can have shipped directly to your home. Go to GoreesFurniture.com, look for 48-hour quick ship. Shop, click, ship, it's just that easy. You can shop us here, or you can shop us online, only at Gorees Furniture.
Your expressway to saving.
Tiny Homes by Wind Creek now renting. Sleepy 4, full kitchen, private fishing pond, boat charging station, and pet friendly. Call today, 256-935-9337 or tinyhomesbywindcreek.com. Located in beautiful small town USA, Alexander City, Alabama, on Highway 63 South, turning into Wind Creek State Park, and there they sit, ready for you to sit on their front porch.
At Russell Medical, we're proud of our exceptional nurses, like Nurse Brandy Worthy. Brandy represents the selfless, compassionate clinical leader patients expect and coworkers admire. Brandy was recently honored with the Nightingale Award for Nursing Excellence for her high standards, sound judgment, and caring manner. Her passion for her profession inspires us all.
Being a nurse is not just what you do, it's who you are. I'm proud to be a part of the nursing team at Russell Medical. We are the link between all hospital services, providing you with exceptional, personalized care.
At Beyond Home Care, we provide in-home care services to individuals needing assistance with activities in their daily lives. We work with each client to provide personalized home care and sitter services. Whether it's assistance with bathing and personal care or an escort to a doctor's appointment, each client receives the individual care they need with the dignity and respect they deserve. Give us a call today at 256-414-6090 or visit us online at beyondhomecareal.com.
Henderson Towing, Alexander City, 24-hour towing, jump starts, door unlocks, local and long distance towing, heavy duty towing. So let's get old Big Hoss to the rescue today. Here's that number. Now keep it handy. Henderson Towing, 256-392-4554, 256-392-4554. Henderson Towing, 24-hour towing, 256-392-4554.
Serving East Central Alabama since 2005, we are Coosa Valley Respiratory and Home Medical of Sylacauga. Coosa Valley Respiratory has medical equipment and supplies, including oxygen-to-home ventilation services. We carry a full line of bracing, power chairs, scooters, and more. And when you trust Coosa Valley Respiratory, you are dealing with local people that care about your well-being. Providing quality home care for our community, Coosa Valley Respiratory and Home Medical, 201 West Fort William, Sylacauga. Give us a call at 256-245-1411.
The Alex City Parks and Rec Department serves the residents of Alexander City with quality facilities and programs designed to positively affect the lives of the citizens. From youth sports programs to adult activities and our senior center, the Alex City Parks and Rec offers services for all ages. The Cooper Rec Center, Lake Winds Golf Course, and the Senior Activity Center are just some of the great features the Alex City Parks and Rec Department provides for the people of Alex City. For more information on any of our programs, call 256-329-6736.
Come back in here and join us on a cold Wednesday morning. Good morning to Larry Stevens and his lovely wife, Miss Peggy, over in Dadeville. I was just conversing with him, asking about the river bridge. Again, the only thing I've heard that it was some ice on it. So just be careful if you're traveling, especially east this morning toward Dadeville, toward Auburn. If you're going down to the beach, maybe build a snowman on the beach. They broke all kind of records down there. It was a lot of fun kind of keeping up with that yesterday. We ain't seen nothing yet. I'd go outside, get some more wood. I like to, during the daytime, when it's cold like this and I'm hanging around the house a good bit, I like to build up my fire wood inside. I got about 3 stacks to the right of my fireplace, get it all built up. That way at nighttime, I don't have to go out there. But it was cold all day long. But I went out there one time, and I felt some sleet, just about 2 flakes in my face. I said, "Oh my gosh, here it comes." Ain't nothing happened yet. Now it was some. I thought about this right here, and I said, I hope these guys don't have to get out, and no matter what area. But in our area, the city crew was out there working yesterday. While many of us, I'm reading, and I'm getting this from the city. While many of us are safely warm at home, the dedicated employees of the Alexander City Sewer and Water Department are on site addressing sewer forced main break in the Sunny Level area. These hard-working employees are braving freezing temperatures and will continue to be in the harsh elements as they work late into the evening to resolve the issue. A big thanks to each of them. I didn't get their names, but one old boy in that orange shirt, he don't care how cold it is. He got his shorts on and he's ready. He's ready for action. But guys, thank you so much for what you do. Not just in weather like this, but during the hot weather and other times of the years too. I got this from Reverend John Hill. Of course, I know y'all know this already, but Veritas has canceled classes as of today. I know Miss Ellen Dean was supposed to do her treatments this week, her chemo, but she'd already canceled it and was supposed to do it today, but put it off to Tuesday. So it'll be her second round at the Cancer Center right here in Alexander City. Rockford Pharmacy, good morning to y'all over there. Hope y'all are having a good day. New Providence Baptist Church, they getting ready for Carolina the Band, the 24th. That's coming this coming Friday night at 7 o'clock. We had my buddy yesterday on the show, Randy Dawkins. He's just always a threat, not a threat, a pleasure to sit down with. Not a threat to sit down, a pleasure to sit down with, whether I'm going by the riverbank to talk to him, or Renee, or Jessica, or Phil, or any of them over there. He's always a pleasure to sit down and talk with. He sat down with us yesterday and talked about the Kiwanis Pancake Breakfast, which would be 6 to 11 this coming Saturday morning. All you can eat, to-go plates will be available. So if Ellen can eat some pancakes, I'm going to take her some. I'm going to go. Debbie don't know this yet. I went over and visited them last night, but I'm going to see if he wants to go. Baby girl wants to go, take her too. With Conecuh sausage. They're going to be having that Saturday morning, 6 to 11. Baby girl loves to eat. She reminds me of so many of the Deans. One of the first things I told Mrs. Dean before she came Mrs. Dean, we're dating, and she's never forgotten this. One of the things I asked her, do you like eating? And she never thought about that. Well, baby girl, when I was over there yesterday, she was on her third, come on in here, Gus, on her third plate of chicken and dumplings. And when she takes a bite, she loves food. She takes it all in. We got a visitor. In fact, we got two visitors. One of them that talks a lot, and one of them that don't talk much at all. He's getting all ready to sit down. We get ready to show him off and just.
You gotta lay down now.
The one and only Andy Tucker out here. Good morning.
Couldn't leave him out in the cold. It's 13 degrees.
You in the car or truck today?
In the car.
How you doing this morning?
Yeah, pretty good. How about you?
What was the temperature coming out of Daviston Friday?
13.
Okay. It was 13 on my truck. Ryan said it was even 10 on his, but it's cold out there.
It's cold out there. I can't believe y'all got it warm in here. Y'all leave it on last night?
I had it on 67 this morning.
That's pretty good.
I turned it down to 65.
That's pretty good.
That is Gus.
That is Gus.
Okay. Gus, how you doing this morning, buddy? You just check everything out in here that you want to.
He done took him a dump, so maybe he won't do it, because he's bad about it. He loves to do it on concrete.
Really?
Yeah, I think he was raised in a kennel or something. Or,
you say that we had the Reamses out here a couple of years ago, and they brought in a Shetland pony. And they had walked it around outside to make sure that it did its business outside. Well, it may have did its business outside, but I'm carrying on the conversation. And all of a sudden, I'm
smelling something.
And I look back here, and that dog, Coco, Shetland pony, had one of the biggest dumps I think I've seen in a long time. And Miss Reams, bless her heart, she cleaned that place up back there like it's never been cleaned before. Road's okay coming in from Davis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on a minute now. Yeah, I was listening to you come down the road. You talking about it's supposed to do this, it's supposed to do that. It ain't done it. You remember at the end of every one of Doug Wallace's, he'd throw that chalk up.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know what? You didn't really know.
No, and that's the way we are these days.
They
really
are better.
Oh, no.
They're really, really good about picking it because, we've been in the store for, and they say it's going to rain at 12. And you look out there and it's raining, you look at the clock and it's 12.
12 o'clock.
Now, how the dick did you know that?
Well, they got radar, but that's the other thing I was looking at yesterday. For our area, radar was showing when they was talking.
We was
about
covered.
60%. It was all in blue. It was showing snow.
And
I
there
ain't
wasn't
seen
nothing
nothing yet.
I mean, oh Lord, we pump propane.
Oh, I
we
bet.
have pumped
I
propane.
bet.
We have emptied that tank out there.
Really?
In 3 weeks, I bet we've emptied it 8 times.
Wow.
And
Is that the most you've ever done?
Oh yeah.
Since you've been in
oh yeah.
business?
And now he came
Wow.
yesterday. We were below 20%. He filled it up yesterday, and I have a feeling he'll be back today.
Wow. I'd say congratulations.
You know, and I'm glad.
Yeah, sure.
So, you know, but it's amazing to me how many people do heat their house with a propane tank.
Well,
You just got to be careful.
when we lived down in Turtleneck, I was the world's worst. And Larry Ray and the crew from You Need a Gas at the time.
You need them.
They
Mr.
would have
Marvin
to come down.
McDaniel worked
Yep,
for him.
that's
Par
exactly-
Gas, too. No, Mr. Marvin worked Par Gas. He didn't work for Unita. Go
Okay.
ahead, though.
But I'd let it run out, and then I wasn't gonna light that thing. I was scared. They had to come in on the inside, so they had to light it. But I was terrible about letting it run out.
Run completely out, and then they got to come in there and purge it and do all that.
Oh yeah.
Bleed the line,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I'm glad. So that's why I know you and Melissa are there, but you got all the other guys there because somebody's got to be in there manning the store.
Well, we got a lot of hanger-outers.
Oh, I know that. I know that. Do you put them to work like Jack McDaniel? Chris?
Buddy, let me tell you something. When they all standing there, don't think I won't go get a pallet of dog food. We toting dog food in, fellas. Get your ass up and let's go.
So what's selling this week besides propane? Is anything because of the weather?
I ain't got any heaters, but I could sell them if I had them.
Okay,
but propane, and that's pretty
No
much.
electric heaters or anything?
I ain't got
like that?
anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to buy me one yesterday at Russell Do It To You Center to put in my
Really?
bathroom in my barn because went down there. I left the water running, but apparently the toilets froze.
Oh, wow.
So I put a heater. I went in there this morning, and it was
toilet out?
yeah, it was nice, cozy in there.
Wow.
Now we got the best. I'm gonna tell you something. Now you know that little old bathroom at the store.
Oh, yeah.
You know how small
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
But now we got one of them little stand-up radiator heaters, them oil heaters. Man, them things is the ticket, son. I'm talking about the toilet seats warm right now.
Ellen, because she does get cold, she's got this little, I think one kid gave it to her, little stand-up heater. And she keeps it on high.
About that tall?
No, it's got a little.
Okay.
height
The one
to
I
it.
put in the bathroom, I got from Do It To You Center yesterday, about like that.
To you, Senator. But Kylie, it's warm on her side of the bed, and then.
That's because she's got a warmer heart than you do.
Oh, no doubt about that. But in the bathroom, she got one plugged in the wall there, and she had that thing on high the other day. I'm trying to brush my teeth, and it's melting my toothpaste. I had to turn it off. It's just blowing in my face. I had to turn it off.
Oh, your food land is closed this morning.
Really?
I don't know if they meant
In
to
this
close.
side?
It was dark when I went to stop by there.
Wow.
And had to stop at the Mapco and get me a cup of coffee there.
Darn.
Yeah.
I hope.
I mean, some of the workers were probably may have had froze water or something, or couldn't get to work.
Like I say, I said this at the start of the show.
What about the beach, Joe? That's amazing, ain't it?
Now y'all have a place, but where
And it's covered in snow right now.
Really, I be darned. History.
Dolphin Island.
Her history had been made.
I'm talking about. I'm sitting there, cause I ain't one of them TikTok dummies, but I'm a YouTube dummy. I didn't know till I don't listen to a whole lot of stuff, and I'm thinking, what I want to.
You talk a lot of stuff.
I do talk a lot of stuff, but that old TikTok thing, I didn't know it was owned by China. I'd do away with it too.
I didn't.
Or they'd have to just give us half of it. But I like YouTube, and you can pull up YouTube. We pulled the
Videos.
Orange Beach webcam.
Yeah.
And
You see everything's
you
going
really
on.
can't see if that's snow or ice,
Yeah.
but it's ice.
Yeah.
And all the buildings, all the streets, all from New Orleans webcam. The New Orleans webcam is right there where that old boy tried to blow everybody up and kill folks. Well, he did kill some folks.
Wow.
But yeah, that was
Is it snow in New Orleans?
Yes, it's covered in it.
I missed that. Hey,
Sure is.
We'll be right back. Well, Anthony Thorne is going to be out here on the show. I think it's one day next week. Now, Anthony is the owner of Liberty Gutters and Covers. So he's going to be going over what they have to offer to so many folks right now. So look, if you're needing him today, go to his website, give him a call, and maybe now's the time to change those gutters at the house or the business. Liberty Gutters and Covers.
Farmers and Merchants Bank of Dadeville is building a foundation of strength and trust in the entire Lake Martin community. With our modern branch in Dadeville and caring, attentive staff, we've established Farmers and Merchants Bank as a reliable friend to your banking needs. Whether it's just a savings or checking account or any commercial, auto, or real estate loan, Farmers has local decision-making to build a relationship with you and your needs. Farmers and Merchants Community Bank. Strength, service, community.
At High Point Insurance Group, we're here for all of life's milestones.
Like when you finally step into your dream home.
And when you drive off in that dream car, we've got you covered.
Or when you hit the water with your new boat.
We're by your side.
High Point Insurance Group.
Protecting you through all of life's high points.
Central Alabama. This is our home. It's where we work, where we play, where we raise our families and grow old. And in the unfortunate event we become sick with cancer, thanks to UAB Medicine Russell Medical Cancer Center, this is where we heal also. We have invested in new technologies and expertise so that now we're able to treat all sorts of cancers and you never have to leave Tallapoosa County. UAB Medicine Russell Medical Cancer Center. Compassionate, convenient, collaborative cancer care right here at home.
We are a debt relief agency. We help people file Chapter 7 and Chapter 13 under the Bankruptcy Code.
This is Marcia Mason, your local Lake Martin bankruptcy and Social Security disability attorney. Mason Law Firm is located at 217 Madison Street in Alexander City. Call 256-329-1313 to schedule your appointment today. All initial consultations are free and strictly confidential.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be provided is greater than that of other attorneys.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air has been caring for you and your family's comfort and safety since 1908. For a limited time, we're offering $49 heating tune-ups. Heating tune-ups improve the efficiency of your system, which lowers energy bills and prevents costly repairs and replacements. More importantly, they improve air quality and check for gas leaks that are harmful, even fatal, to your family's health and well-being. Don't risk waiting another minute. Call Dixie and schedule your $49 heating tune-up today.
Craving something convenient and delicious? Well, head over to Lake Martin Pizza Company, Highway 63 in Alex City. Lake Martin Pizza on 63 is always serving up mouth-watering pizza made from the freshest ingredients. From classic pepperoni to their signature specials loaded with fresh vegetables and savory meats. There's something for everyone in the whole family. The cozy, heated outdoor dining area is the perfect spot to enjoy a meal together and enjoy live entertainment. Or grab yours to go. Lake Martin Pizza Company on Highway 63, where great food and great times are always just a slice away.
Let me just go ahead and tell you, if you're walking outside to your vehicle and you're a young person, and all of a sudden you hear this, it's crunching. The ground is spewed up. been spewed up all week, but this morning it was sure enough spewed
My
up.
leaves and all spewed up.
Yeah, I
And
know.
I'm walking down there feeding them horses.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do, riding that school bus. And I was kind of fortunate, but not fortunate. But I guess I was real fortunate. Riding that school bus.
Looking back.
Now, they were straight shifts, back then.
Oh, yeah.
And Mama would let me go out there and crank the bus and turn the heat on. And on the old bus, man, they got Cadillacs now. They got air conditioning on the roof and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But now on the old ones, the first 3 seats, there's a little ductwork going down through there on the first 3 seats behind the driver's seat, and that's the only heat in that bus. If you back there in the back, you was cold.
Excuse me. Yeah, but I think I.J. Mobley was our bus driver on Dable Road. Now, we had 2 buses because Mr. Wood Gaston, old man Wood Gaston, Jr. Dad, was a bus driver because he'd go down Dean Road. He would pick up kids in the Ann Edwards area. Then I.J. would pick up the stragglers coming down Dable Road.
Or the ones that was late getting on the bus?
Well, yeah, that was bus number 9, I believe. They didn't have.
I couldn't get on the wrong bus. It was Mama's.
I'll never forget this because I've always gone my own way. But that first day of school, when all the schools, all the kids getting out, I knew how to get. Well, I went out to the front and sat down, and as I went out to the front and sat down, there goes the buses by me. I didn't go with the rest of the kids. I didn't go with the flow. They were going to get on the buses. I knew where the buses came by. Well, that's all they did, is they rolled right by me. So Mary Frances had to come pick me up after that first day. I knew where to get on them the next day.
She spanked you?
Probably not.
She did.
No.
Your dad do your spank or your mom?
No, Mary Frances did. And as I got older, Mary Frances would be whipping me, and I'd be screaming and hollering like it hurt, but it wasn't. Well, Dee and Lisa, they outside listening to all this, and they get to screaming and hollering at her. Well, she quits on me and goes and wears them out. So it really worked out better. Emma Lou worked for us for all of our life, and I miss that woman like a mom today, and she was like a mom. Emma Lou Thomas, she whipped me a lot. Minnie Blair whipped me a lot down at Flint Hill.
Really?
A lot. Minnie Blair, I hope you're doing well today.
I heard, talked to her, I think her grandson the other day come by the pawn shop. He said she wasn't doing too
Well,
hot.
she was in the hospital. I went to visit with her, and she was going to the 21 day to the nursing home, and they said that really does her a lot. She had to do
That's what I think her grandson said.
Said it really does her a lot of good to go down there.
Well, too, you go to one of them 21-day rehabs, you got somebody to talk to, you got somebody to work with.
They'll feed you. They go make sure you taking the right medicine. So all that is, I'm understanding those 21 days now, and they're very important. It's like yesterday, Home Health came in to visit with Ellen, and Miss Birmingham, I love you with Ivy Creek Home Health, and then another young lady came in with a physical therapy. So, trying to, get her to
make
work,
sure she's
walk,
working her up and moving around.
Yeah.
Now.
So it's very.
You're talking about the fella had open heart surgery a while ago.
Danny Hayes.
That microscopic stuff's something else, ain't it?
Oh, they did that with Ellen, and they told us how they did it. He's more or less the robot is the doctor's hands,
like in a glove.
Yeah, so they can go right in here, real close, more so than if you're using your hand, like Doc on a Gunsmoke. That's the workingest doctor I've ever seen in my life.
And didn't get paid nothing.
Get paid nothing. Ain't nobody paid him.
Well, they have to, on the open heart, they have to bust your chest open.
Yeah.
I believe eventually they won't have to.
I think a lot of time they don't now, but Danny, because he's had open heart, cold weather, and I've never heard this. He said cold weather, Kenny, it's not.
Kind of like arthritis, I guess, ain't it?
Said,
well,
do not get out in it. So he goes to Miss Barbara Sokol, and I said Barbara Young a while ago, and I didn't know that till Ryan reminded me. But it's Miss Barbara Sokol that's coming in. But Barbara Young, hope you're doing well.
Now she's in a
assisted at Chapman.
Yeah,
loves it down there.
I bet they love her down there.
Oh,
woo, dog, because she can talk and cut up.
But I think they said she rearranged their exercise class when she was in charge.
I wouldn't be surprised if she ain't in charge of the whole place.
Yeah, she was a. Of course, you know, Miss Barbara Young was our mayor at one time. Miss Barbara Young was the principal at Radney School at one time. She was a PE teacher at Benjamin Russell way back when, and she was a good one.
My niece said my niece is dating a math teacher. She lives up in Birmingham area. She's one of them there doctor things, nurse doctor things. But anyway, long story short, is they come.
Nurse practitioner?
I think that's what he is. And come up for Christmas. And I said, so you're a math teacher, huh? Because, see, I done heard Doc Baker, you know, kids coming home with math. Well, that ain't how he done it. And he graduated. And from what I understand now, they got a crazy way of getting somewhere. Well, I asked that old boy, I said, oh, so you're a math teacher? I said, so you teaching that crazy math and all that? He said, let me tell you something. He says, if the kid can come up with the right answer, I don't care how he got it.
Wow.
And that's the way it should be.
What were you good in math?
I was okay in math, but if Joy Black hadn't liked me, I wouldn't have passed algebra.
You did. See, I never took algebra.
That 59 turned into a 60 on that report card. I ain't joking. I mean, and for one thing, I ain't used algebra since.
No, I'm like you. I'm not seen yet.
And that was algebra 1. So I guess you could go to algebra 2 if you could pass algebra 1.
I took general math.
Well, that's basically what adding and subtracting, multiplying, dividing is.
Yeah, that's all.
You remember having a multiplication table?
Yeah.
A little thing, and you go down through there and go across kind of like a football board.
You remember Robin Bradford?
Yeah.
Robin was my neighbor. Robin was a friend of mine. Robin's a blessed memory now. But I'll never forget, his mom's name was Eddie Mae. And I remember after school, before he and I could get out and play, she'd make him go sit down and go over his multiplication table. And that always comes to mind.
I think the multiplication table, though, although it helped us, we memorized it.
Yeah.
That's what you done. You memorize 5 times 5, come over here, you know, stuff like that.
They lived in the house. You know where Dairy Cream is? And there's a brick house if you're at the Dairy Cream order, and it's to the right. Brick house up there. Used to be a trailer park in the back.
Still
I'm talking about.
I think it was bigger. I think there's still some trailers back there.
I don't think there's anything. In fact,
Really?
they've cut down a lot of trees.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think there's anything back behind there. Because at one time, it was full of trailers back there.
I remember trailers being there, and I remember trailers being there, at least, I don't go down that road much, but at least 10 years ago, there was still a couple.
And there may be in. But I guess because we enjoy going to Dairy Cream and eating, they just, the food's always
a trailer now ain't just a trailer.
No, you're talking about you can get one with 6 figures these days.
You can.
But of course, we had a 28 by 56 that was made up at Gurdon Industries, like we
Talapo's Ford building, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 28 by 56, which was a nice size, and then we added a double car garage to it. Wilmer had some leftover poles. You know how people used to hold on to everything. And iron work. Well, they enclosed all that and made a little utility room. I painted those poles like I had some orange paint. And then there was a rock that went into the driveway. I painted that rock orange too.
Was you for Auburn or just like the orange?
It wasn't that color orange. It was it was an orange like some leftover paint somewhere.
As we talking about that orange, there was somebody coming in the pawn shop, and he had on his hunting toboggan. And these people, they just moved out here.
Bright orange.
It was bright orange, like it's supposed to be. They just bought a house out here on Hillaby, and they from Maryland. Well, he come in the store. We was bringing a U-Haul back, and he seen that guy with that orange toboggan on. Oh, you from Auburn, huh? He didn't understand that was that orange was that because you know he's from somewhere else. He just thought that orange was.
That's what they relate to.
That's what they do.
A lot of folks that move here, they know that this state, either you're an Alabama fan or you're an Auburn fan.
They moving out of these communist states too. I'm telling you. Supposedly, and I didn't hear it. I don't listen to a whole lot of crap. Well, I listen to a lot of crap.
Well, you do.
But somebody said our new president. Thank goodness he's there. On the gun paper. He's taking that thing off where it says male, female, or other, where you don't know what you are. It's just going back to male and female. You was born what you was born as.
Yeah, he did it the first time ever you had to do that. He shouldn't have had to do that.
You shouldn't have to do that.
We'll be right back. Lake Martin Dadeville Area Chamber of Commerce having their annual banquet tomorrow night from 5:30 to 9 at the Mitchell House over in Dadeville. I'm looking forward to going. Miss Vivian Autry has invited me to be her guest from 5:30 to 6:30, and I'm loving that. Look forward to seeing y'all over at the Lake Martin Dadeville Area Chamber of Commerce. Ivy Creek Healthcare is excited to showcase their newest clinic, Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin, located conveniently near the main entrance to Stillwater's on Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin is an urgent care with walk-ins welcome. Whether you need lab work, x-rays, or immediate care, find comfort here at Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin. Ivy Creek, here when you need us most. 256-827-5379.
The new owners of Stillwater's Country Club want to welcome you to play the area's premier course at Stillwater's with our new rates. Now, play for only $35 per 18 during the week and only $40 for the weekend. Stillwater's Golf is ready to give you the area's best golf experience, and many upgrades are coming, including a lighted range and course expansion. Meet the new staff and enjoy $35 per 18 Monday through Friday and $40 on the weekends. All at Stillwater's Country Club in Dadeville.
Jim's Pharmacy at the Lake, located on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, home-owned and operated by Jim Clanton, has an experienced staff that is all about your wellness, offering the convenient packaging, help keep your medicines organized. Jim's Pharmacy also has a great gift selection like pecans, socks, lake t-shirts, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, 9 to 2 on Saturday. Give us a call at 256-373-3449. Floyd's Feed and Seed in downtown Dadeville, family owned and operated. Floyd's Feed and Seed has a great selection of Carhartt for all ages, starting out with the youngest. Now, if you're looking for boots, check out this selection. All shapes and sizes, Montana jewelry and pine straw year-round. More gift selections on both sides of the road. Miss Pay and the family invite you in today for Floyd's Feed and Seed, downtown Dadeville.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
Triple R Cafe in downtown Rockford is where it's located. Now, you looking at the outside right now. Come on the inside. Let's check out the hot bar. And let me tell you about this. Award-winning fried chicken. They do fried chicken like it's supposed to be done. How about this pork chop right here? They're open Monday through Saturday. They cater also. That's Triple R Cafe, downtown Rockford, Alabama. I just love carrying on conversation with this old boy right here, and that's all we doing. Andy Tucker with Depot Gun and Palm, Music Depot. Let's talk a little business right now. Music Depot, how's it going these days?
It's going pretty good. You know, Freddie's still out on sick leave and all, but
get well soon,
and my little buddy Tattoo died.
Yeah.
So, and you know, as slow as Alex City is, what we've been doing is I've been working over there, David works over there, Melissa goes over there. Whoever doesn't have a customer goes over there. And we had people looking all day yesterday. People got a guy coming back with his nephew to buy a bass Saturday morning. Still selling lots of, sold some reeds and a mouthpiece for saxophone yesterday. Just different stuff. I sold, it was funny, I sold 4 guitars the other day, $1,000. Then I turned around and bought 4 for $1,000. So I really didn't make any money that day. But I bought some good stuff, you know.
Yeah, I think about when you mention a bass, I think about my buddy, the late David Florine, who used to go visit with you all the time.
His was a 60, I think his is a 60-something model Fender.
It probably was. I mean, David Florine was a musician. He knew music, and when I was with Madwin all those years, he was the band leader. I mean, and I got thinking the other day. I said, you know, I'm so glad I was with them all those years. But because I know I'll never do that again. I mean, you know, because
well, you know, I enjoyed it. Me and Charles.
How long did y'all do it?
Huh?
How long when you were in the band? How many years?
Probably 5 or 6 years. That I was in there affiliated with it, and then you know,
Little Charles.
Let's put it this way, they didn't really have to have a job. Just put it that way.
Who?
Because Charles could always do something to make some money.
Right.
And Jonathan. He didn't have a job, and you know, Freddie could always go play and make some money, but really, you didn't make any money. You just paid your bills. But I had to work, and I've always had to work. So they went on down the road, and I stayed and worked. But it was enjoying. Met a lot of people, had a lot of fun, wild fun. It was fun. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, that was the same way. But it was an age thing. You know, I was, golly, 40s, I guess.
If you can learn how to play and you're a single man, you like women, it's the thing to do. Just be point blank with you.
Well, that's where you always are. That's where you always are. So in the depot, you're talking about propane is going. So
guns too. Still selling a lot of guns. And ammo. Guns and ammo. Deer season's still in. I don't have but one deer rifle up there, and it's a left-handed gun. You know, you got to be left-handed.
Never thought about that.
Yeah, bolt that. You know.
Yeah. I guess I.
See, a lot of you don't, and people tell a tale. They tell you that a left-handed gun costs more money. It doesn't. It's the same price as a right-handed gun. I think they just tell you left-handed just so they can make another $100 off of it. But the left-handed gun is cost any more than the right-handed gun.
Do you sell a lot of guns to women these days, or is that?
Sell a lot of handguns to women, and you know the thing about it is I urge them, and I know Scott's better at it than me. He's a great guy.
Scott Watson, sure shot.
But he's better at talking about it. But gun safety is something.
Oh,
and if you don't know
right.
nothing about a gun,
Don't
buy one.
you.
Don't come in there and say, "Ooh, I need a gun. Things is bad." I said, "Well, ma'am, do you know how to load?" "Oh, no, I don't know how to." "Would you load it for me?"
No.
You know, I don't. If you don't know how to use a gun, don't buy a gun until you feel comfortable and somebody shows you. Because I'll ask them a lot of times. I said, "Have you ever shot a gun?" "Oh, no, I ain't never shot one."
No.
And then I
agree with you.
I just and I don't mind selling them and getting the money, but I mean, I try to tell them you need to learn.
You try to talk them out of it.
I do. I try to talk them out of it.
I was watching Gunsmoke yesterday, and there was some lady that was out for Matt Dillon, and he's just so cool.
She was probably jealous of Miss Kitty, wasn't she?
No, he had shot and killed her husband, but it was an accident. He was robbing, and she didn't know all that. So
she didn't know her husband was bank robbing.
And poor Festus, he was just having a fit, to protect him. But and then here comes Doc. You know, they're trying to help him out too, and he's trying to tell him, "I don't need any help." My brother Charles finally retired from driving a truck. Lives up in Sylacauga, and he loves TV. Gets him through the day every day. I wish he'd get out and go, but he's not.
Get him down here on the show sometime.
You know, and I'd love to. I'd love to hear some. Being a truck driver all those years, he's 82, he'll be 83 in April. But just to hear some of his stories, what he's done over the years. I mean, he's a character.
The guy that used to work at the store, he died, Mr. Peters. He drove a truck, and he said they was out west, and he said he had his feet propped up on dash, looked down, he was doing 103.
Wow.
And hold on a minute, his mama was sitting in the other seat. She used to ride with him.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you what. You see a lot of women truck drivers these days, and I love seeing that.
They're automatics now, though.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they're big time. I remember Charles Dean bought his own truck years ago, a black and yellow. I mean, this was beautiful, Peterbilt, and he let me drive that one time.
Really?
Yeah.
You're shifting gears.
Wasn't loaded, yeah. But when growing up at Dean Motor Company, Wilma had a international dump truck. And that was when we was hauling out of the Rigby bottoms down at the very bottom of Turtleneck.
What were you hauling? Dirt.
Hauling it out, because that's when they were starting to develop all that. And I'm remembering that international truck that the floorboard wasn't real good in it. So during the summertime, all that heat was blowing up. And you'd be driving, you're about to pass out. You're getting sleepy from all that. But I remember going, it had air brakes. So I'm going up that steep hill, and I run out of fuel.
And you come down. Yeah.
Letting off. And then I didn't realize I got to the very bottom of that hill, and I was out of air. So, and I learned something because I'm loaded. The truck's loaded with dirt, and they were taking it. That's when they were building the projects. And Wilma had that project taking dirt, hauling it out there to the projects to build the.
You ever notice how they haul out dirt and haul in dirt? Because something don't pack good or something.
Yeah, that's amazing. But I just happened to make, because they got on to me, because they said if you'd run out of air, then you go back and you go turn that dump truck over.
I got a story like that too. It's back in some drinking days. All right, Buckshot Hill.
Yeah.
All right. All us young folks had these jacked up four-wheel drive. I had a Chevrolet. I bought from Billy Charles McCamill. It's four-speed. And I got all the way to the top of Buckshot. Well, I'd been up Buckshot Hill before. But and you get up there at the top, and there's a little knot right there. You had to go over that little knot to get to the top. Kenny Dean, I got all the way to the top of that sucker, and it quit.
Out of gas, or just quit?
Well, kind of out of gas. Carburetor, there wasn't none in the carburetor. I didn't, now they make a carburetor called a truck Avenger, and it's got a little thing where it squirts gas, keeps gas over in your carburetor.
I'll be darned.
I got all the way to the top of that sucker, and it went dead, and I'm thinking, all you can see, sky. That's all you can see. And you hold on the steering wheel, and I put that thing in reverse. And I just sat there, and I just eased down. A little bit of time, didn't have air brakes. But because if I had went to either side, I'd been rolling.
Yeah.
But I finally got down to the bottom of that thing.
Let me ask a dumb question. Do vehicles, new trucks today, do they have carburetors?
No. They're fuel injected, and they'd have made it to the top.
Wow. Okay.
Because they got
I've heard of fuel injected.
They got electronic fuel pump, and they got a fuel inject system, so that you can make it to the top.
So you can ask him anything. He's borderline genius.
I am
borderline.
I'll tell you about that too.
On the next
segment, yeah.
Hey, I'm not sure if Miss Barber. I see Miss Barber there smiling right now. I hate to see you go, but you gonna have to go.
She's more educated than me, though. I love listening to her. I sit in the car when I'm doing warehousing and listen to her.
Miss Barbara Sokol up next. Thanks for coming out here.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you about Coon's Corner Deli. They got food going out to the breakfast door right now, but for lunch today, fried pork chops, loaded potato soup, grilled cheese, honey carrots, mac and cheese, creamed corn, purple hull peas, and bread pudding. That's the menu today at Coon's Corner Deli.
For over 80 years, the staff members of Radney and Langley Funeral Home have been friends in time of need, and we are dedicated to honoring, sharing, and preserving the amazing and inspirational stories of life.
You've got a friend.
And Obituary is brought to you by our friends at Radney Funeral Home and Langley Funeral Home. Funeral service for Mr. Gaines Pinkston, 91 of Camp Hill, will be at 3 o'clock tomorrow at Pentecost Family Church. Burial will follow in the Pentecost Family Church Cemetery. The family will receive friends tomorrow from 1:30 to 3 at Pentecost Family Church. Langley Funeral Home is in charge of that service. And a funeral service for Mrs. Melissa Ann McCowan, 49 of Tuskegee, will be Friday the 24th at 1 o'clock at the Chapel of Radney Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Mount Olive United Methodist Church Cemetery in Roanoke. The family will receive friends tomorrow evening from 5 to 7 at Radney Funeral Home. Radney Funeral Home is in charge of that service. To these families and to other families that have lost loved ones, my heart goes out to each and every one of you. To the men and women that are fighting for our freedom, God bless you. God bless the USA, and we'll be right back.
Experience the freedom of mobility with Arise, our safe and clean public transportation serving all of Tallapoosa County. Keep your independence and leave the driving to us. Our handicapped accessible vehicles provide affordable fares based on age and distance. A mobile community is a thriving community. Wherever you need to go, we'll take you there. Call 256-329-8444 to schedule your trip today. Arise, your ride to a better life.
The Sure Shot Outdoors is located on Highway 280 in Alexander City across from Chick-fil-A. Sporting goods store that always has a great selection of footwear, men's and ladies apparel, cookware for camping and home, firearms and shells year-round. Also, online store with financing is available. Owner Scott Watson invites you to come by today to see what the Sure Shot Outdoors has to offer you. Again, the Sure Shot, Highway 280, Alexander City.
With boat season ending, now's the time to let the good guys at Alex City Marine handle all your year-end repairs and needs. Let Alex City Marine help you with storage or shrink wraps to protect your boat from the harsh winter months. And now, set your appointments for full winterization. If it's time to repower, get your best deals of the year on our full line of Suzuki outboards that come with the industry's best warranty. Alex City Marine, the pros the locals know, and they've got you covered. See great deals on used inventory and shop for next year's Landau pontoons at the best price. All on Cherokee Road in Alex City at Alex City Marine.
Caring Transitions of Lake Martin, located in the old DHR building in downtown Dayville. Owner Randy Weaver wants you to experience the Caring Transitions difference, providing local and national relocation, packing and resettling, downsizing and decluttering, liquidation, online estate auctions, traditional estate sales. Call Caring Transitions of Lake Martin today, 334-703-5050.
Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor on Highway 280 is ready for the new year, and there's never been a better time to save. With no payments till March on many Mahindra tractors. Inventory is great, and you can save big on remaining 24 models with 0% financing up to 84 months with approved credit. And you'll see the New Year's best deals on Spartan mowers, still with 0% terms. Get the New Year's best prices and terms now at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor, your authorized Mahindra and Spartan dealer.
Grace's Flowers on Hillaby Street has been a staple here for decades, taking care of our community families from prom time, wedding days, picking up a friend on a bad day, happy times, and sad times. Grace's is involved in our community with more than just beautiful flower arrangements, but also the love they put in them. Keep this number handy, 256-234-4238 for Grace's Flowers in Alexander City. Call 256-234-4238.
.701 on a cold, whatever the temperature is outside, it's just cold. Now, early in the show, and it's not the first time she's been called this, and it probably won't be the last time, but I said, and at 7 o'clock this morning, Miss Barbara Young will be with us. Well, she's young, but it's Miss Barbara Sokol that's with us today. And that happens a lot, doesn't it? Or over the years.
It happens a lot, and good morning to all of you. On my car, it said 15 degrees,
Okay.
but
it's cold.
Whether somebody says Ms. Young, Barbara Young, or hey, Ms. Young, it does not matter.
You just answer to it.
Because I love Ms. Young so much.
Me too. What dealings did you have with Miss Barbara?
Well,
over the years?
I was the first job, full-time teaching job that I had was here at Benjamin Russell with Ms. Young.
I didn't know that.
And she
doing what?
Teaching physical education.
Okay.
I also had a lunch study, and I taught physiology, anatomy and physiology that first year. And then
do you remember the principal when you first went there?
It was Ted Spears.
Really?
You know, they had a series of principals, and I think I started when Ted started.
He was a good principal.
Right.
He wanted respect, and that's what you should get from kids.
And it was
teachers.
that was you have to know the period. It was, even though I'm in the first class of baby boomers, we still had a real big deal about dress code. And it was an interesting story where if your skirt was 2 inches above the knee or 2 inches somewhere, I can't remember exactly, but the child was sent home, and that caused a lot of confusion.
Oh, I remember.
Especially with the merchants
I
in
remember
town.
that.
And we're talking about
it was a business
LA City
thing.
proper, right?
Yeah.
Where we had clothing stores and furniture stores
That's right.
and,
A lot of them.
hardware stores
Yeah.
and places to eat. So,
you came up in really a neat. So you're talking about the 60s, early 70s.
68. I started.
Okay.
Well, actually, yes, I started in fall of 1968. So this was also a historical time in the community because at this time the government had freedom of choice. So children who are in the predominantly black neighborhood could choose to go to the Laurel School in Alex City or segregation, right? Or Benjamin Russell, and that lasted 2 years. Well, maybe 3 years. It was. I came in '68, and some of the first black children in Benjamin Russell and other schools started in '67.
And I guess all of them, they were coming from Laurel.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly, coming from Laurel.
Well, I guess I think about...
And families, it was interesting to know because very recently, you remember the Phillips family.
Dan Phillips?
not Dan Phillips. The black family lives in our town.
Okay.
Miss Matha Phillips is the mother. I can't remember her husband. When I knew Miss Matha, I didn't remember. I think it'll come to me. I hadn't even thought about that to even mention that. And the children, she had several children, and they were outstanding children, and all of them didn't choose to come to Benjamin Russell.
Because they had a choice.
Because they had a choice. So she had children at the white schools and children at Laurel's.
Really?
Laurel.
So some of them, even in her own family.
In her own family, because the children were all different. You know, they were stair steps.
Yeah.
And
some of them
smart
chose to go.
children. All of the black children who came over, we loved them. You know, that your good buddy Ed Berry.
Oh, Ed Berry.
Ed Berry. You know,
Berry,
Ed was one of the first
love
black.
Ed Berry Day. In fact, you talking about smart. Miss Barbara Woods.
Yes.
But she just passed away.
Uh-huh.
And Miss Barbara, I know where Miss Barbara was raised, in the Flint Hill area on a dirt road in a shack. She was smart. She grew up. She applied herself and became a professor at Iowa State.
How about that?
And she was on the show a couple of years ago. To my knowledge, she never married, but Miss Barbara had a great sense of humor. Like I say, she was smart, but she loved her garden. I mean, on her Facebook page, you look at it today, it's just full of flowers. She had a green thumb, but she had retired, and she stayed out in Iowa. I believe that's Ames, Iowa.
Right,
I believe,
Ames, Iowa.
I believe that's right. But she developed some heart issues, and it just broke my heart. But I had someone to contact me. Reverend Emerson Ware put somebody on the phone, I believe it was yesterday, and asked me did I know about it, and I did. And I said, you know, when they do have the service, I want to be there.
Right.
Because I thought the world of her.
We've had, we Monday was Martin Luther King Day in Ellick City. And
it was a proud time for you.
It was a proud time for me. It surely was. But this was the 35th annual program here in Ellick City.
Wow.
And this is one of the premier programs that we have here. And the interesting, it's
going to be cold that day.
Yeah, it was cold that day, and they had to cancel the parade.
I saw
and
that.
You know, it was with the instruments and fingers, and you know, it was for safety reasons. Exactly, and but the program has been going on 35 years, and the history around that program. If I'm sure a lot of people might be interested. Dr. Fanning, I think, was superintendent. And when Martin Luther King Day became a federal holiday, and he was approached by a group of people who are members of what they call COPACE about having the schools closed. He said, if we close the schools on Martin Luther King Day, the community has to provide a program, educational program, and that's how it started.
So 35 years ago, that was 1990?
Gosh, I guess it was.
Yeah, 35.
You know, back. I wasn't even I wasn't even thinking about the math. I wasn't even thinking about mentioning that part of the program.
Eddie was a part of that. Your husband?
Yes, he was. He was. You know, Eddie was an advocate of social justice. He was an advocate of at that time they called it people with disabilities, and he spent a good bit of time
with disabilities, really,
volunteering at camps. ASCA.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And
okay.
So he, you know, this was something that was near and dear to his heart. We grew up in Birmingham. Eddie was 4 years older than me, and he would have, you know, all the riots and all the things, you know, all of us. I was a junior in high school when we had the 16th Street bombing.
Wow.
So all of that, we lived it. Our parents lived it. Most of them were business leaders. So, you know, it was just such a difficult time, even though where we lived out in the suburbs. And well, Ellen would have remembered that period.
She would, because her being Catholic, they were kind of like blacks. They were
Well,
people
Jewish
against
people
them,
were too.
and Jewish
And
Jewish too.
we had,
but growing up in Birmingham,
Right.
it was it was not good for blacks, for Jews, for Catholic. It was
Right,
just-
and that meant the owners of those businesses, whether they were white or black, they suffered due to the due to,
the 16th
Street
church bombing.
Yes.
So you were living in Birmingham.
I
when that
was.
happened.
Matter of fact,
Golly
I was
dog.
a junior in high school, 17 years old, and I was teaching a Sunday school class. And where our temple was located on Highland Avenue, Temple Emmanuel in Birmingham,
exactly.
there was, at the end of our block, there's a fire department. And just across the street from there on Highland Avenue, before it turns, there was a police precinct. And I guess it was a little after between 11 and 12. Anyway, all of a
On a
sudden,
Sunday.
on a Sunday, we started hearing sirens. And it was just one siren after the other.
Not knowing what had happened.
The sirens, like, we didn't know what happened at that point. But it was so scary because maybe you hear one siren, but you don't hear they unloaded the fire department, unloaded the police department. And we didn't find out till we got home that time. Nobody had cell phones then.
Folks, you just heard a huge part of American history, Alabama history. We'll be right back. Forbes Auto Sales, yeah, it's gonna be cold on the lot, Forbes Auto Sales, but on the inside, it's gonna be warm. You can go out there and you've already looked over the lot. You know the vehicle you want. Now it's time to go inside, and it's always a little paperwork to be done. They can take care of all that for you. Right? They make it real simple at Forbes Auto Sales to do business with them. Highway 280 Kellyton.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need. With top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill. And our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Hillary Towers may very well be the Lake Martin area's best kept secret, an affordable senior citizens community located on Highway 22 East in Alexander City. Spacious one-bedroom units are currently available. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today for more information on the newly renovated Hillary Towers, 256-329-0552. 256-329-0552. Hillary Towers, 22 East, Alexander City.
For years, Tom Watley's been a name you can trust to represent you. And now you can depend on Tom Watley Law, LLC to handle all of your legal needs. Tom has over 20 years of practice in criminal defense, probate needs, and estate planning. Tom Watley Law supports the communities of Lee and Tallapoosa County and can handle all your legal needs or refer you to their network of specialty attorneys. When it counts, call Tom Watley Law, LLC at 334-559-3420 or online at tomwatleylaw.org. No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be provided is greater than that of other attorneys.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word AND.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state, and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Temperature right now, I'm just going to say, is real cold. And if you're going outside, be careful. Today it's going to be 41 and sunny. I'm loving that. Tonight, another cold night, 20 degrees. Now, we still got some freezing nights ahead. Going into the weekend, tomorrow, 45 and 25. Friday, 47 and 23. Then Saturday, it's going to be sunny. And, woo, it's going to feel good. 53 and 34. On Sunday, 54 and 42. That's when it starts raining, warming up. Then on Monday, mid-50s, 60% chance of rain, and a low of 37. There's your 5-day forecast brought to you by our friends at Top Gun Pest Control, Highway 280 in Alexander City. Come back in here and join me and Miss Barbara Sokol getting a history lesson. Let's go back to the 60s, the late 60s, the 16th Street bombing.
Right, actually, this would have been in early to mid-60s.
Okay, oh, that's right, that's right.
The bombing occurred in 63.
Okay.
So I want to work this conversation around our Martin Luther King Day.
Right.
So I thought I would share a couple of things. Some of you may have remembered Condoleezza Rice.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She grew up in Birmingham, and those 4 girls, she did not go to church that day. Those 4 girls were her friends. She would have been that generation right there. And in her story, she mentions that. But one of the there were several early businesses who began hiring black people. Pizzitz in Birmingham was one, but Sokol's was one, and Condoleezza Rice, in her high school years, worked at Sokol Furniture.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So
did you know her or just knew her?
No, I didn't know her. I don't know whether Eddie, we didn't really talk about that. I think she was, no, she would have been our age.
Okay.
But anyway, in her remarks, she talked about Sokol. So, so probably Jewish people, maybe Catholics, or some of the first businesses that began integrating. And so that was special. There's several things that's special. Now, this past year, Benji has had my grandson, Benji Sokol, was asked by David Boulware to be the master of ceremonies at this year's Martin Luther King Day. And
carrying on a legacy.
Carrying on a legacy, absolutely.
His granddaddy.
His granddaddy from some of the first committee to now. But he and Miriam this past year, I'm not sure I'm not sure if this was a certain anniversary, but it was on the anniversary of the bombing. I don't know if it's a significant year or not, but they went to the 16th Street church that day. Now, this has been this year, he and Miriam. Benji also had the opportunity to meet Daryl Davis. Now, Daryl, I'm going to tell you who Daryl Davis is. Daryl Davis was one of the first black people to I don't want to say infiltrate, because he didn't. He went there.
Right.
A KKK group.
Wow.
And his reasoning was, how can you hate me if you don't even know me?
Wow.
So he had a picture made with Daryl Davis. And
Is Daryl black or white?
Black.
Okay.
But Daryl also, this story happened several years ago, or was reported.
How can you hate me if you don't even know me?
Isn't that a most beautiful comment right there? And Benji referred to Daryl Davis in his bar mitzvah talk.
Wow.
And so then Benji had the opportunity to meet him when he was talking in Sanford University. They went to the event.
Wow.
And he had his picture made with Daryl Davis. So I sent that to David, but his heart is the legacy.
Yeah.
Right. And but I wanted to tell you one more thing about that, and then we're going to move to, I wanted everybody to know, well, one thing about during our Martin Luther King Day last year and today, and this past year, on Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock, they had what they called dramatizations. And this drama group, it was the most interesting program because it puts you in where they were, if your heart is open enough to feel.
Yeah.
And this was what I thought that Sunday's program did. So, of course, we all went there and enjoyed the day, and there was a lot of prep, and there is talent in our community.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean,
you talk about the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan. My understanding, when it first was organized, it was organized to do good things. But I never did see. I never did see that. I mean, all I saw was, the white hoods and what they did to white and black folks. But I never did see that. But from what I understood, it was organized to do good things. They organized it for that.
Now,
It went south, though.
Right. So Daryl Dave, I really, I didn't research that story, but some of you may like to research that story. Now, let me go back to 68 and 69 when I was teaching with Mrs. Young. We talked about freedom of choice. I only taught for 2 years. Soon we moved to Birmingham and then moved to Washington, D.C.
How long were you in Washington?
6 years, the last 6 years of Senator John Sparkman's term.
Sparkman.
So I
That's
missed
history there.
this particular year. It would have been the school year 1970 through 71. Total integration. And our school board came up with the most fantastic program using the schools, innovative. At that time, we didn't have kindergarten, and that's when the first and second grade school became third and fourth grade school, fifth and sixth grade
So
school.
Jim Pearson and Radney and Stevens all came?
Yeah, well, they were already there. The schools were there, but they became the first, Jim Pearson first and second grade school. That's how it all started.
All right.
Then the Laurel School at that time,
Right.
before Stevens, it was named Stevens, had the third and fourth graders. And then the fifth and sixth graders were at Radney School, but not the Radney we know. They had the old Russell School at that time. And that's
Okay.
where Mrs. Young, when she went into as principal, that was where she went to. She
At
was
the old
assistant principal at
Russell.
Benjamin Russell.
Right.
And then she became principal of that third and fourth grade school. I mean, fifth and sixth grade school. I mean, and so it started at the old Russell School.
I didn't know that. I knew it was. It became Radney.
And they built a new school
Right.
for the fifth and sixth graders, Radney School, and then it was soon after they tore Russell School down.
Okay, I'll be darned. A lot of history there. Let me tell you what. My understanding, Miss Russell, Miss Julia, she was something to deal with. Oh, she dealt with you.
And and Jerry Lawrence was principal over there before he came to the junior high school.
I didn't know that. We get out. Let me tell you what, this lady knows, and we're going to continue this conversation. We may even get over to the Tallapoosa County Historical Museum and talk a little bit about that.
We
Be
want
right back.
to, yes.
Doc's Cafe. Let me see what they got to eat over there, because they've changed the menus up a little bit for the daily doings, not Miss Daily doings. Today, okay, I don't think I've ever seen this on the menu. At Doc's Cafe, lemon pepper pork chop or spaghetti, steamed broccoli, corn on the cob, buttered rutabagas. Oh my goodness. Zucchini. Your soup of the day will be a great day for this. Chicken and wild rice. And of course, they got if you're just looking for a salad, 28 item on that salad bar there at Doc's Cafe. Tell them you heard us talking about it on the front porch, and they're going to give you 10% off.
Hi, I'm Abby Guy, Vice President at Riverbank and Trust. They say that most banks offer the same products, but Riverbank offers something most can't. Personal connection. We love getting to know our customers by name and making them feel special with every interaction. It's a feeling of warm hospitality you won't find anywhere else. Experience it for yourself.
Located in the heart of Alabama, Lake Martin is a destination of tasty delights.
Lots of butter.
There's no shortage of culinary genius.
Don't tell my secrets.
From mom and pops
Everyone feels like family.
to lakeside dining.
We serve food, but we try to do it with purpose. Pour it straight in the ear.
I'm Trey Foshi,
I'm a chef now.
and I'm gonna try them all.
I can do this all day.
Cause there's one thing locals around here know: Lake Martin's got bite.
The Morris Haynes Law Firm focuses on representing those who have been injured or mistreated by the wrongful acts of others. We have offices in Ellick City and Birmingham, but we have been calling Ellick City home for over 30 years. If you find yourself in need of a lawyer, give us a call at Morris Haynes, 256-329-2000. We would be honored to help you.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Integrated Massage of Alexander City is located at 119 Madison Street behind the old Chamber of Commerce. Destiny Goble is the owner, says come on out for outcome-based treatment plans, pain relief, focused areas, relaxation, cupping therapy, hot stones. Remember, rewind, reset, recover. Make an appointment today at Integrative Massage of Alexander City, 256-252-7644.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
Hello, this is Scotty Gordon at Cornerstone Insurance. Are you tired of paying too much for your home and auto insurance? If so, give us the opportunity to help you. At Cornerstone, we have 3 goals for all of our clients: asset protection, affordable pricing, and superior customer service. Come by and give us a call today to see what we can save you. 153 Alabama Street, 256-409-2299.
history in the making out here with Miss Barbara Sokol. We've talked about Miss Barbara Young and a lot of other folks this morning, but now we're going over to Dable, to the Tallapoosa, or Tallapoosa is what it's officially called, Historical Museum. Danny Hayes, good morning to you, and I hope you staying warm today. But this lady right here, history is a big part of you, and it's such a big part of our lives.
It is, and I grew up in Jefferson County.
Yeah.
But I claim Tallapoosa County as my home.
Yeah.
And I think I wanted to always thank Danny Hayes for being a leader. There was a committee who started the Historical Society. They met a lot and began gathering information, and you just need to go down there on Saturday from 1 to...
I think it's 10 to 4.
10 to 4, that's right.
I believe.
Saturday,
it's free.
From 10 to 4. Now, this past weekend they had a program for the board, and anyone else came. And Danny told me that it was standing room only.
Wow.
They had to start pulling out. They had to pull out church benches from their displays so that everybody would have a seat.
I'm glad to hear
because
this.
we were learning about Martin Dam, the history of Martin Dam. And I don't care how many times you've been to a program about Martin Dam, you still learn more and more and more, and how exciting, especially if you could imagine it. And it's hard to imagine it. I mean, some of us who are not engineers, I mean, to how they stop the flow of the river in order to get the pilings down, and how it's maintained here. This dam, when you look at it from all sides, they have an observation booth too.
They were way ahead of themselves.
How it holds this water back.
They were like the Egyptians with the pyramids. I mean, they were way ahead of themselves, because next year, and I can't wait to start seeing what we're going to get to see as far as learning the history, seeing old pictures. I look forward to having a lot of guests out here, but 2026 is
That's
the
right.
100-year anniversary, 1926, when it started. So I know the hospital, Russell Medical, when they had their 100-year anniversary, they did the same thing. Every month there was something all year long leading up to the anniversary of it. So a lot of rich history here in Tallapoosa County, and so much of that is in one or two big old buildings over in downtown Dadeville. And like I say, Danny Hayes is a huge part of carrying on that.
That's correct. And there's some other, a ton amazing things that are in that museum. Old military.
Of all the wars.
Of all the wars, right. Records that they keep. If there's something that you want to know, they've got a whole records area where you can look it up by date, and they'll have these significant events that occurred in the community.
I wonder if Charles Farrell was on that board.
Oh, I think he probably was. I really do.
Charles Farrell, he was he the dean at junior college, or was he?
He was dean, right, at one point.
But he was just
dean of instruction,
yeah,
I think.
Okay. But he was just something. I mean,
he was, and he remembered. I mean, he had the history in his mind, and I remember Charles very well.
In fact, he lived almost across from the college, on one of those houses there. But he was he loved this area, and especially the rich history, and he carried himself. I tell you, he reminded me of Eddie. Well, Eddie carried himself, your husband, way he carried himself.
Always is. Right.
I mean, he was he, I don't know if I've ever asked you, was Eddie military?
He did go. He was Army Reserve.
Okay, I can see that. I can see him being a...
And he loved it. He loved it. He loved when he went for the 6-week or... Training. Well, but they had it every year with the reserves.
Right.
They had to
once
go
a month.
once,
one weekend a month.
Right. And he always looked forward to going to the camps.
I've
for that
never
many
asked you,
weeks or whatever.
I can see him. I can see him being a retired lieutenant colonel. I mean, I can just see him. I can see him with some ranking on him, because he just. It's like when I've had men and women out here that retired, maybe of the way they sit up. All of a sudden, I'm finding myself, sitting up, because they take so much pride I know Dean Dowdner, that was a retired master sergeant, I believe I'm getting that rank, that's been out here a couple times. He's written a book. But he just loved that. He's a senior in high school, not knowing where or what he wanted to do. Well, he chose this avenue, and that's what he made a great career out of, flying, helicopters and planes, and that's what he did. And he tells great stories.
Well, you've had some great stories on the front porch that we've appreciated, stories of service.
That's what you do on the front porch.
That's right.
And
exactly.
I'm just so glad we're able to continue this old show, and I hope we can do it for many, many years from now. And John Kennedy, when I call you, I want you to return my call. That's kind of an inside thing with me and Ryan right now. But because number one, I'll go back to, we didn't know if we was going to do the show today. I mean, I was just kind of confused on the weather. But again, if you don't have to get out in it, don't. Schools are closed, which I'm glad they made that decision, not because of any kind of bad weather, because of the cold. These kids don't need to get out in it.
Right.
Teachers don't need to.
On the way over here, I think it was one of the city trucks because it had flashing yellow lights. And you had already talked about our city workers who repaired a big sewer line. Can you imagine for a whole area? That must have been a big...
Going into the night.
Exactly. A big deal. But here they were out, and it dawned on me he's checking the roads. It was just that one pickup truck. I don't know how many people might have been in it, but I could see that when I turned off 11th Avenue to come over here. And it dawned on me where the problem is that ice that from the side of the road, maybe there's a puddle. So he was probably looking for dangerous places so that they could to report back and get it at least corrected or see if the roads were safe to travel.
Communication.
Exactly right. And I did see two places. Oh, yeah, that's what he's doing. He's checking the roads. So it was easy to see the black ice, if that's what they call it. So, but
you
I
ever
think
slid on the road with ice or anything over the years?
Yeah. It's scary.
Oh, I know. Yeah, because
So I knew the only hill I would have. I didn't hesitate when Danny called. Would be at 11th Avenue near the Ellick City Methodist Church, right up here, and that's not a very big hill. So once we get up there, and then we come down, and it's just about a straight shot. But I thought that might be the best way. I even considered going around the hill, but still, then I'd be. That wasn't as good as where I just came my regular way.
I believe most of the roads are fine, but still, if you don't have to get out of it, because this is cold like we're not used to. It's going to warm up, and like the Saturday and being in the 50s, my goodness, that's going to feel good.
Yeah.
Just get out and breathe it all in on Saturdays. But today, it's not a real good.
I
good day
learned
for that.
something yesterday. I learned something about birds on these 12-hour nights, when it gets so dark, and the birds have to use so much energy to stay warm on these long, cold nights. That for those who feed birds and those of us who haven't started feeding birds, we need to make a little more effort to get our bird seed out for the birds.
Why is it? I'm a content man. I'm very much at peace with life. But why is it that when I look outside and where I've fed those birds, or maybe the grandchildren have been able to help me feed those birds, which makes it even more special, why is that such a peaceful, easy feeling to see those birds out there, all kinds, just happy? And I'm thinking, okay, y'all don't have to thank me, but I'm talking to birds. Am I crazy?
Do the same thing too.
I mean, but it just
it's like talking to God.
Yeah,
you mentioned
right,
that earlier.
You're right.
In your program today, and I thought about that too. How many times do we talk to ourselves?
Yeah,
we're talking to ourselves. Who are we talking to?
I talk to
it's our
myself
soul.
all day long.
That's God right there. The soul, our soul. If for those of us who are spiritual in nature.
I'm not a religious person. You hear me say this. I'm a very spiritual. In fact, when you end your prayer, when you're talking to the man upstairs, and you say, I say this now, and I don't mean this in a joking way, and I know I will never be, because I'm a big time sinner. But I say I want to be just like you. And so I try to do that. But you know, is that crazy of me?
But see,
I'm gonna
you're
continue to
radiating
do
out
that.
to the rest of us.
Well,
You're
I mean,
speaking
that's,
for God,
well,
you know?
I
And you're doing great.
I know
Kenny.
even he
Thank you.
sometimes says, Kenny, you need to hush sometimes. Let somebody else talk. We'll be right back. Oh, the Mitchell House. I am looking forward to going down there tomorrow evening for the Dadeville Chamber of Commerce, their quarterly luncheon. Getting to see a lot of folks. It's from 5:30 to 9. Miss Vivian has invited me to be there from 5:30 to 6:30. See, that's just one of the events. And so there's a lot of events. I know they got a wedding expo next month at the Mitchell House. Are you planning an event right now for 2025? If you are, try it at the Mitchell House. Been there since 1835. MitchellHouseEvents.com is where I'd start.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Benton, clearing, and grading is Cody and LD Benton, and they got your job in sight. Moving dirt is a clean job to them. Clearing a lot for your home or business is what they do, and they do it right. Call LD or Cody today at 256-397-2531 or 397-2532 for a quote today. I promise you, they'll do the job right. That's Benton, clearing and grading.
Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center provides optimum care for the whole person. Dr. Dimo Popov specializes in the prevention and diagnosis of high blood pressure, kidney disease, diabetes, and acute and chronic conditions. Our weight loss clinic offers lipo shots and a guide to healthy weight loss. Alex City Internal Medicine and Nephrology and Weight Loss Center, where lifestyle changes are made.
2025 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World. '25 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
Thunderbolt Lightfoot at Oscar's Cafe on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, Alabama is looking to see you today. Now let me tell you, they got great food. They've always had great food all these years. Now they still got that atmosphere. They still got that service. They still cater. Let me stop right there. 15 to 415 they can handle. So give them a call today at Oscar's, Highway 49 South in Dadeville. 256-825-4827.
for what it's worth, grabbing me another little sip of coffee, looking out those beautiful blue skies. For what it's worth right now, it's 19 degrees. So no matter what they saying, it's cold out there, and they ain't lying about that. Miss Barbara Sokol with us out here this morning.
Well, thank you, Kenny. There's one thing that I wanted to mention, and I didn't get a chance to a little bit earlier, but places I go, people ask me about Ellen. So I just want you to know they're just I guess all of us in the viewing area really are pulling for Ellen.
We know that. We appreciate the prayers. She
and
really
different
does.
ones I see, you know, our children are about the same age in the span of the children.
Right.
And several people that I'm with, they remembered how wonderful Ellen worked with them on different projects, whether it's school project or Scout or whatever they did. And they were asking me, well, now, how's Ellen, you know? But I'm glad they associate me with you. I said we've become such good friends
I agree with that.
from the show. You know, we would see each other and knew each other. But this show has brought Kenny and I together, I think, and I really appreciate it, and all of you. And I know it's brought Kenny to all of us. You know, it's a gift for us.
Well, you know, and believe me, Ellen thinks about it. And dealing with other people that now she's dealing with. I think a lot of times if you're going through some health issues, all of a sudden you find out somebody else that has that same health issue. So you're able to talk with them. You're able to share what you're going through. And I think we talk about communication.
I think
now it's good to do that.
Yeah, because sometimes we worry, and that's not helpful.
No.
And so if you find out someone who may have had a similar situation, maybe you worry for both of them, but you're still, and you may be doing a little more research, and you may be, you know, all that kind of thing where you're learning so much and how helpful it is for other people, you know.
Well, there's so many things that Ellen can eat and things she can't, but, you know, she is a big-time Googler. I mean, you know, and a lot of folks are these days. And is it always right? I don't know. Even doctors and nurses, you know, if they don't have an answer, they're gonna do those same things. We got that kind of where we can go to and hit that button and get all kind of technology. So a lot of things like the other night. She cooked some zucchini and squash and did a pork tenderloin. First time she had cooked in a while, and she was so proud of herself. But she couldn't eat the zucchini and squash because she didn't peel it. She didn't eat something else. So I've eaten real good. People, we're on a meal train now, which we can't tell you how much. The gift cards, so we can't tell you how much we appreciate it. And a lot of times, Ellen can't eat what's brought over. So KD still eating good. So even when we was in the hospital, same thing. So it's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey. So you know, I listen to her a lot, and she doesn't. You know, a lot of time when you get consumed with it, you don't have anything else to talk about. So I try to do the crazy things still. That's what gets me through. I mean, you know, and she kind of, I guess, tolerates it. She has. Going on 49
does
years.
she ride in the car? It was one thing you could start doing is going places, just to ride.
Yeah, I agree with that right now. She don't want to go out and ready to go, you know, go to eat anywhere, so I go pick up food a lot. People are bringing food in, which we appreciate. Now, all these other things that people have done for us, but yeah, when the weather gets right and we can get out and walk, just to get there, like Saturday. I hope we can get out and do some walking Saturday. So I think it's healthy right now. Anything you can do to help yourself, no matter what your health is, get out and do it. You've gone through surgery and you still go. I mean, getting out with this. I know cold hurts you, but you do this, which we appreciate. Me and Danny Hayes both appreciate.
I know. Well, it's nice to be here. It's nice to be able to, because we've communicated a lot of things that maybe some things hadn't been communicated, you know, and there's opportunity out there for us. We just have to step forward. And going back to Danny and going back to Tallapoosa County Historical Museum, and I know we have other, you know, cities and other counties, But
this is
having
all-
this
this is
one
all Tallapoosa
central
County.
location here, and then we bleed into our tourism. We talk about that a lot. There's a lot in the county that we would begin to take, trails maybe. I think about all that where Andy lives, all that in Frog Eye.
Oh,
we used to
yeah.
hear stories about
Yeah.
Germany Ferry.
Yeah.
And how many
Yeah.
ferries were there to cross the river? There weren't
Not
that
many,
many.
no.
There was Germany Ferry, and then there was Stowe Ferry,
That's
which
right.
is down above the River North Marina,
Right.
or the railroad trestle. And then there's stories all through. I want to know about Sturdivant, for example. I want to know what kind of community was Sturdivant.
Did you ever go in the old Sturdivant house down there, the
Oh
old
yeah,
haunted house?
oh yeah.
Did you ever go across the Trestle Bridge?
No, I would not ever.
I did it one time.
You did it
I
one
would
time. It's against the law,
never-
by the way.
I wish somebody had locked me up that day because I was a nervous wreck.
Right, I would have been too. But by the way, back years ago, we had education on the train and the crossings and the railroad tracks. We had a couple of accidents, with the train through
sure.
town. And they say even walking on the railroad tracks is against the law.
Mm-hmm.
How many
Wanna
times
put
have we
penny-
gone up there and put that penny on there and gone back and grabbed it and took off?
I have.
I know,
In fact,
we have
I've
to.
got the pennies. I've got 6 of them for every grandchild.
Oh,
'Cause
sweet, Kenny. Well, those are special moments, but
they won't ever forget that.
I know.
I mean,
I've even got you talk about your love for trains. I've got a love for trains. And my daddy used to take me with him. His family lived in St. Louis, Missouri. And I have 2 younger brothers, who
Right.
were just stair steps behind me.
Right.
So Mama would be home with the boys, so he would take me with him, and we would ride the train to St. Louis.
Really?
Well,
Never knew this.
yeah, well, when we crossed the cars, if you were going into the food car or whatever,
Right,
you
yeah.
crossed the cars, it's not like it is today. It looked like there was just a platform over the coupling.
Right.
And it would shift like that. And I found myself afraid of heights, but back then, I was afraid to cross. And I said, Daddy, I remembered
Wow.
to this day, afraid to go from one car to the next. Well, so recently, Miriam and Benji flew to Washington, D.C., and then they were going, Benji is a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and they were going over to Maryland, and so they were going to ride the train from D.C., Union
Amtrak.
Station, to Maryland, to the ball game.
Would that be Amtrak?
Whatever it is,
Yeah,
yeah, Amtrak.
yeah.
So I said, Benji, do me one favor. When you cross the 2 cars, would you take a video for me of crossing those 2 cars?
Really?
Well, now, good gracious, I could do it now. It was not like it was when I was a little girl. I just hadn't been on the train in
But
a
when
while.
you rode a train from Birmingham to St. Louis, that was a train. You had linen in the it was.
Yeah.
It's not like Amtrak is now.
And-
Everything microwave.
And we would carry the children from Washington to here on the train overnight.
Wow.
And birth
24,
them, they-
24 hours.
Uh-huh.
I've done it before. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a great deal on a powerful new Chevrolet or GMC full-size truck? Check them out. Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierras side by side at Glenn Smith in Opelika, Alabama. Take your choice of brand new 2024 Chevrolet and GMC 1500 trucks discounted up to $12,000 off, or 0% financing plus no payments till springtime. Here at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Carlisle Heating and Air says it's tune-up time for your HVAC system. Having your unit tuned up increases energy efficiency and can reduce the wear and tear on your unit. Call Carlisle Heating and Air today at 256-234-0019 for a price. Serving the Lake Martin area, Alexander City, Dadeville, Jackson Gap, and Goodwater. Don't get hot, be cool. Call Carlisle Heating and Air today at 256-234-0019. Don't get hot, be cool.
Wintertime in the South is mild compared to other parts of the country, but we still tend to be less active and spend more time indoors. Show your heart some love this winter by getting it checked out at the UAB Heart and Vascular Clinic at Russell Medical. I'm Dr. Kevin Sublett, and our entire clinic is dedicated to keeping your heart healthy. We're right here in your own community and backed by the knowledge and expertise of UAB Medicine. Make an appointment today by calling 256-234-2644 or visit uabmedicine.org/heartrussell.
Hey, we're Kevin and Courtney Hall. I'm a lifelong member of First Baptist Dayton. My wife joined me after we got married. We really enjoy First Baptist because it is a biblical congregation and very community-minded. Come join us.
Cloud9 is a lifestyle boutique downtown Alexander City. We're right on Main Street next to Carlisle's, and we're open from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturdays. We offer a variety of items ranging from ladies' clothing from size extra small to 2XL. We have baby clothes, including newborn gifts. We have wedding registries and the beloved Diva Wash. If you know, you know. Follow us on social media and come see us today on Main Street.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Get ready to rev up your fall with Adams Motorsports in Montgomery. This season, experience the thrill of the open road like never before. From sleek motorcycles to powerful ATVs to versatile side-by-sides, we've got everything you need to fuel your passion for adventure. Whether Polaris, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, Adams sells and services the best. Go to where the journey begins. Visit us today or online for more information. From East Alabama's first family of power sports, Adams Motorsports of Montgomery.
Boy, oh boy. I hate our other guests because of the weather did not make it, but boy, have we had a fun out here, and I hope you have with Andy Tucker. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Miss Barbara, thank you for coming
Kenny.
out here. It's
I appreciate
always
it. Thank you.
a treat, and I hope you continue to get well.
Oh, I will. I will. Thank you.
Hope you get to writing and
Oh, I
moving
know.
your
It's
arms.
just
and-
I couldn't zip up my jacket. I couldn't pinch my fingers together, and I couldn't get it with my left hand.
Well, let me tell you what, if you're going outside, you better put a jacket on and layer. If it's where you can layer your clothes, do that. Gloves. My buddy Ryan, he's got his gloves out there. I love to wear gloves, especially when I go out and get my wood. I got to have my gloves on. That makes you look like a wood man.
And you protect your hands, too.
Yeah, because I got some of the softest. There's a lot of baby butts that don't have a hand this soft right here. It's because I protect them. You have a good day.
Thank you, Kenny, and thank all of you for being with us today.
We'll be back out here early in the morning. Stay safe, stay warm.